Time's a ticking.
But it's only 9 o'clock.
The land of time's clock tower.
Well, Dwez, how many times have we passed through the 9 o'clock mark at this point?
Besides, it doesn't matter what time it is on Earth, dude. Right now, we're focusing on the time of the moon.
Yeah. We're operating on the moon time zone, Dwez.
Dear diary, I've been stuck in this bloody theatre for 3 months now, watching one production. Help.
Now to Kutaro's.
So, let me get this straight. In this case, it's the dragon serves to harvest the human souls.
Yes. Okay.
To bring judgment.
Jesus.
And it was none other than Dragon who spirited away.
Shenron really got pissed.
It's just called Dragon.
Wow, that's what most of the generals have been called.
Was part of the reason.
So, commentator, do you know anything about
Oh,
this
I see. So it's personal against this dragon.
Souls of every last boy and girl on Earth.
Let me guess, dragon's part of the inner circle.
Having parted the heavens and opened a portal to Earth, Dragon set to work harvesting the souls of
So let me guess, he's the biggest, baddest, most powerful of all the Moonbear.
Oh, is that big? Oh, jeez.
Oh, my head's spinning!
He's big enough to circumvent the entire Earth.
That's how you do it, Tio.
I cannot do a high-pitched voice, sorry.
Rita Repulsa, what are you doing here?
She's on the moon, actually.
Well, of course, that's why I always cast you in the deeper voiced roles.
Maybe we should get Mr. Pink off the clock? Then that could stop.
I think it's too late for that.
No, I got it.
Oh, there we go.
Well, yeah, technically it does work. I mean, we're in the moon. We're kind of the Mirror King wants to attack Earth, so technically it works. Yeah.
So when's Lord Zed gonna come in and hijack the villain role?
Nah.
Sometime before he marries Rita.
Sorry, Dwez, we can't have Lord Zed because apparently he's too scary for the kids. So,
Wasn't Goldar scarier, technically?
No, that's a faint tale. When Lord Linkara, have you seen Linkara's retrospective on Power Rangers?
I need to catch it up.
Basically, the primary gist of it is that Lord Zed was a really awesome breath of fresh air back then in the first Mighty Morphin series. Because he was, unlike Rita, he was actually competent and was generally scary, as far as kids shows go, of course. And the problem is that a lot of soccer moms, of course, started complaining that he was too scary for kids, so they had to get him married to Rita to basically, soften him up, basically.
Thankfully, that's no more in the current reshoots.
I'm pretty sure, Job, at this point, with the continuity and everything, the show has moved on a long time.
Ever since Lost Galaxy, each new series has a fresh team.
Pretty much.
And well, they're owned by Hasbro now, so...
Hey, let's not forget the first time the sequel series was ever directly connected to Mighty Morphin with Zeo. And it turns out we needed 5 new teenagers with some bad attitude.
That was Turbo.
No, I'm talking about Zeo. Basically, it's the one that takes place directly after the time when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers lost their powers, so we had to get a new, different power.
Well, yeah, they got new powers, and then they dropped them for some reason in Turbo. Then the whole team, except the Blue Ranger, got switched out.
No, I mean, we're talking about Zeo, but I see your point.
Slow down, mate. I can't...
Jeez, what are you trying out for? The role of the Mighty Morphin out. Flamingo power, huh?
The Power Rangers don't talk that fast.
I haven't seen this many on-stage accidents for such an expensive theater show since Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Has anyone ever managed to complete, that play without injuring themselves?
Oh yeah, they did sometimes.
I mean, I know almost nothing about Godwin musicals, and even I know that that one is infamous.
How do you make a musical out of Spider-Man?
Broadway always finds a way, dweebs. I'm not surprised anymore by this point.
Dweebs, they've made stage musicals out of Resident Evil. Of course they can make a stage musical out of Spider-Man.
What's the song? What's the main song called? Help, I'm being eaten by a zombie.
I think there's one for that.
You were almost a Jill sandwich, now in stores.
I mean, let's not forget they made stage music.
Air Force.
You know, General Dragon seems to not mind all of his stuff being lumped onto his back.
Well, Debs, in Ralph Breaks the Internet, Ariel sings a song about how great it is to wear a shirt. So.
I'm pretty sure Vojo that since it's a dragon, he's used to, you know, hot temperatures.
Yeah, but not to mention here.
And then in that Resident Evil musical, they sing a song about, you know, the zombie who loved me or something.
I can only wonder how wacky that stage musical is, considering how camp the Ace Attorney musicals are. Thank you for that contribution.
It's a good.
I can imagine the song titles for that one. Maya gets kidnapped. Maya gets kidnapped. Reprise.
Right.
One of the songs was literally about a murder taking place.
It's a good thing Mr. Pink doesn't get tired.
And can sustain damage like that.
Well, considering how much he can talk, I guess he has a lot of good respiration.
This actually reminds me...
Even that where he's consumed a hell of a lot of sugar and he's working off the energy.
This actually reminds me a bit, not that much, but a bit by one of the final stages of the PS1 Hercules game, the one where you had to go to Olympus to pay the gods.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Going up, up.
All right, now we're going to literally cut through the dragon.
General Dragon doesn't seem to mind the fact that we're kind of cutting him open.
I'm pretty sure he actually minded.
This isn't the Welsh dragon, is it?
No, it's a Chinese one.
No, well.
Okay, because then we'd have to remove the red dragon from the Welsh flag, and it's just a white and green stripe.
Well, Teo, we also had a Welsh red Chinese dragon in Inokuni 2, so.
True. You know, for a dragon like this, I would have expected a more deeper voice.
I guess they got Christopher Walken on the scene. Like, seriously, this dragon sounds like he's going for Christopher Walken, and he's supposed to be the biggest and baddest of the generals.
Generals, yeah.
I grew up with the sun, and you're trying to burn me?
Maybe you could use some of your flame powers to aid us then, Picarina. No? Well then, do something.
Yeah, what's Picarina done other than be sassy?
She helped by lighting or pressing switches like that, but aside from that, not much.
Well, remember, Dwebs, she was turned into a pixie, and that she's incapacitated because of it.
I would like to call BS on that, seeing as how if you actually have her head during the boss fight with General Tiger, she can actually take out the boss for you.
I guess, sure.
I've done my research.
Not only that, but for another game comparison, Midna suffers a similar situation and she's more than capable of handling herself most of the time.
Boing.
Okay, for some reason, we had a musical chat earlier. For some reason, I'm imagining what an Uncharted musical would be like.
I don't know. Like
I think one of the bloopers in that showed what would happen, or is that Last of Us?
That was Last of Us.
Yeah, that was Last of Us. Where it was basically they were fucking around in the mocap, and they did the entire finale of Last of Us in musical form, with Troy Baker going complete nuts while saving Allie's actress.
What? So hang on, Joe. You see, we got a Ace Attorney musical. We've got a Resident Evil musical. if we're doing most well-known Capcom franchises, what about a Mega Man musical?
How about a Monster Hunter musical? How do you even do
I
that?
think
I mean, the X series. It'd be easy for the X series. Just make a song for Zero. What am I fighting for?
I think that there's, I believe that there's also a Devil May Cry musical done by an all-female cast.
That I can see that happening because most of the series is about, exhibitionism and there's some musical themes here and there. So I'm more understanding in seeing it.
What I find interesting is the idea of a
Oh,
Casanova. Whoa!
Alright, time to cut more of this beast. This game can be surprisingly brutal.
It's all because it's done with puppets. That makes it okay.
It's like the PG-13 rule, applying any kind of gore that you want as long as it's robots or something.
Oh crap.
Alright, third phase.
Jeez, Christopher Walken.
You're just too cheap to fight Kutaro, coward.
Just a chicken. Chee.
Oh god, Tommy was so being in this. Kutaro would no longer be the most wooden party.
Well, he was in. Funnily enough, though, he
Ooh.
was in the Disaster Artist for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, it
Wonder
makes
who he
sense.
played.
He's a character that happens shows up at the very end. It's just there for the sake
He
of.
plays himself, I think.
It's no. It's James Franco who's playing Tommy Wiseau. It's more so him playing a character, but it's basically for the purposes of having him cameo in the movie about him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's similar to how in the Lost in Space movie there's one of the actresses who played one of the kids in the original show.
It really does go to show amazing how a movie can be so bad that people are willing to make a movie about the making of said movie.
Well, it's the Room is not just any bad movie. It's the Citizen. it's the Citizen Kane of bad movies.
Not to mention a cornerstone in the so bad, so good new era in the the after the 2000s.
Well,
And
yeah.
the film's not even. I mean, relatively speaking, it's not even that old. It's only from 2003.
I know, right?
Like I said, the new era after the 2000s.
It's like I said before. Tommy Wiseau is the Orson Welles of bad movies, and Neil Breen is the Stanley Kubrick of bad movies.
Kutaro sliced right through Dragon's thunderclouds as he raced across the ether.
Yay!
The Great Ether, would you call it?
Which reminds me, Neil. Get on
my cloud!
Which reminds me, Neil. Digital releasing of your movies. Get on it, please.
Netflix will love having those.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they got a good reputation for movies anyway. So
Well, Netflix have a complete neutral reputation. I mean, it's thanks to Netflix that we've got a lot of great new series and new movies here and there that conventional Hollywood would never, ever, ever fund. However, it's also thanks to Netflix that sometimes the worst of the industry can also get there on a cheap buck.
no.
Honestly, Drova, so far it's more of is more on the acceptable side to me because it's less of a negative and more of a positive. But I can see your concern.
It's the same reason why I don't.
I agree. I mean, okay. If I had to pick, I would leave Netflix as is. See, unlike Steam, when you pay for Netflix, you're just paying for everything you get to view in there. Steam is an issue because you have to pay for every single individual object.
It's the same reason why It's the same reason why I'm not keen on the whole Netflix of games thing that Microsoft is pursuing, because there's no quality control if you go that route.
Woo!
This dragon is so resilient.
Well, I guess he's not the most powerful general for nothing.
Just a little more.
Kutaro clipped through clouds and lunged over lightning bolts. He had a score to settle with Dragon.
What gap? Oh, that gap. Oh, now you can carry us!
It's
I
only
guess adrenaline
but,
rush.
but it's only briefly, like Teo said.
Uh-oh.
Too
You really
close.
want to take a fall? I'll knock that head clean off your shoulders.
You're trapped, Kutaro. The only way out is up.
Where you
There we
going?
go.
Whee!
Zip, zip, zip!
Hurry!
Cut for the cloud and then save it to your digital storage.
And boom.
Oh!
Did we get him? Think we got
time
him.
for the finishing blow.
Time for the God of War finishing.
Let's see if those scissors you used against my pals can smoke a dragon.
Wanna bet?
That is an interesting accent for a dragon.
Like I said. Well, I guess you could say he's a businessman with standards.
Oh no.
He's going for Christopher Walken, Shiri.
What? Hold still.
Of course, thunder. Thunder weapon.
Thunder. Thunder.
But I ain't giving up my piece of the boss's moonstone. Not to nobody. You
Oh,
can
snap.
kiss
Oh, no.
the earth. And your little adventure. Goodbye.
Oh, snap.
Hold it right
Uh.
there. I've had enough of your bullying and that stupid accent. Don't you make me go full Pipperino on you.
You're the one bullying now, Picarina.
Our hero. I know you can win. You can beat him.
Well, at least she finally tried.
Oh!
Whoa!
There you go, Joe. But that.
Oh.
There you go, Joe. But that's her function, moral support.
Right on the nose.
Alright, kid. Let's settle this like men.
All right then, you want me?
Yeah, Dragon
You
Man.
got me.
Oh.
Oh!
You got me.
Gee, it's a samurai finisher.
Yes, we did it. Kutaro, you are
And he even burns!
It's
Drops
okay.
into a nicely placed
It's okay, it's a
volcano.
bad guy.
It's okay, Teo. He's evil, so it's fine.
Dragon was slain, and the souls of the children.
You know, Bull and Horse really got off easy considering how they survived.
another piece of the puzzle. Just one more card, and Monkey's business is no match.
Oh, that's right, we actually have to defeat properly General Monkey.
Wait just a solar second. We beat Dragon. What gives?
Wait, yeah.
Too late. All you did was ensure the gateway between the Earth and Moon stays open.
Ah,
I need
we've been had.
Damn it.
The Moonware King would possess a more terrible power than ever.
This is all your fault.
Everything to stop the dragon. It can't have been for nothing. No, it's too soon to give up. We've still got.
Everyone
We put the moonstone
take,
back together.
take your hands together and say that we believe in Kutaro.
Sorry, Tio, we're not in Neverland, so that can't work.
Or care a lot.
We've got to stay positive, Teo.
Tio, when it's Carola, it's we care. And we don't exactly have the caring power.
Goddess or no goddess, the tyrant's too strong now. If we get the moonstone back, Mew should send Kutaro home, where he
Mew? When did Pokemon get here?
Well, I guess Mew is on the moon if Pokemon Snap is anything to go by.
Oh no.
Oh, Snap.
You release me! Let me go right now!
I've got you now. You stuck that naughty nose of yours in my business for the last time.
Wow, that's karma.
Yowzers, this is terrible.
Yeah, you're clearly
One
concerned.
moonstone shard to go.
So, Yin Yang, maybe you should go and help the heroes now.
The tyrant's clutches and the power of countless souls at stake. It seemed the rolling would be uphill from here on out.
Oh,
Ooh, what a rush.
I'll say.
With the help of
So what?
Cadicus,
So that was the end of
defeated the
Act
menace
6.
and saved the
I thought it said
souls
with the help of Cadicurus.
Yes, be free, souls of children, who are now pretty much doomed to get sucked up now.
Oh well. Let's see, did we gain new heads?
Oh, here, the final act of Puppeteer,
The Tyrant King.
the Tyrant King.
A tyrant king indeed.
We had no new heads, but tell us a new story.
Oh, okay.
Can I please leave soon, though? I haven't seen my family in 3 months.
Dwez, that's what Dwez, after this it's intermission, then you can go.
Pink gets a
They
new-
locked us in the theatre.
Mr. Pink gets a new job.
I mean, Mana managed to sneak inside.
Gets a new job.
Yeah, this place has terrible security.
Galahagrid, Mulberry times a Westin, eminent scholar of all things.
So there you go. That's his actual name.
The land of time's massive
We were speaking Welsh for a second.
tickets top for all eternity
Okay.
had zonked out after just an eon. The sticky wicket was finding a replacement clock hand, something that mystastical would never turn up. Galahagrid, better known as Mr. Pink, flew home to his wife and child. Get another job, you
His wife and child are humans.
This is what happened to Mr. Pink after his Doctor Who tenure. He was so merely received by the fans that he just went back home like that.
It's a sequel to Octodad, Flamingo Dad.
Well, more like great sodding mess, as it turned out. Without the almighty clock to guide them, the land of time's populace had gone bonkers.
Also Salvador Dali's reference.
Or sitting on his duff, drinking tea. Poor Mr. Pink got yelled at for bustling too slow.
So they're either
and for
Pedro
relaxing
or
too much.
Shiroi?
There was just no
Well,
place
I
for
guess.
steady
Either working too hard or sitting down drinking tea.
Oh, okay.
You're drinking tea right now, aren't you, Shiroi?
No, I'm not.
You wish.
She says as she
yes,
takes
actually,
a sip.
I wish.
Down a melody of death. Perhaps he would need to look into a longer commute. What were the prices?
The house was like a dump anyway.
He
So there you
became
go.
a sword.
Yeah, it became one of captains and the captain's
He was hoping
swords.
to find work on the docks, but quickly discovered.
No, they predicted Soul Eater, people turning into swords.
Fortunately, the place was raided by the most aggressive of employers, pirates. Our intrepid bird
Yar.
inquired about any openings. And make no mistake, he looked sharp in his new job.
Well,
as
he
the
had
big
to.
sword. He was ready to bring home some serious bacon. Well, that outlook changed when he saw what he was up against. The other guys had steel swords. He'd heard of swashbuckling, but nobody mentioned he'd be doing all the buckling.
You didn't read the job description.
You need to pay attention.
Home Mr. Pink went, and his wife had kittens. Well, more like a baby. While he was gone, the number of mouths to feed had gone up 30. Mr. Pink.
Wait a minute, how did that happen?
Dignity.
I guess she was pregnant and just didn't tell him.
Jesus Christ.
Or was he cheated on
And
it?
actually, his new cotton candy stick gig didn't turn out to be so bad.
Are any of these stories happy? Jesus.
Hold himself straight. Sure, he was diabetic. His nose tippled, and he had to take a licking, but he could deal with it. Sadly,
If only for
it
his
crashed him
family.
The moment he got too fat. Poor Mr. Pink. Home we go.
Okay, now more kids.
Do children always sound this mean when they laugh? Did he even have this many children? Mr. Pink.
I think you should get the hint, Mr. Pink.
Troubling questions as he sought work overseas. One village was hiring wrestlers. After being hired for his sheer audacity,
So convinced.
Mr. Pink stood in the ring.
Oh dear.
It's the Flamingo versus Hulk Hogan.
They pitted him against
Hospital bills.
just
Hulk Hogan, ha 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 ha.
After
Oh,
a full
yep.
stretch of rehabilitation, Mr. Pink returned home to find the place deserted. How
Well,
cruel
dang.
it was. He longed to see his
Shit.
true love again. And so he climbed the clock tower. A lifetime of clockological study had been poured into this timepiece. Mr. Pink's blood, sweat, and tears. Why did some higher power have to mess everything up? It just wasn't fair. Then, out of nowhere, a rogue gust of wind snatched him off the tower. He watched the ground vanish beneath him.
Oh, geez.
His wings were still recovering, and his heart was beyond recovery.
Oh.
Smack! Mr. Pink crashed into his beloved clock face. For better or for worse, fate had intervened. But his poor birdie body felt as though it might never move again.
He became the hands of the clock.
Enough,
Yeah.
he whimpered. Mr. Pink, you mustn't torment yourself. It was the moon goddess speaking directly to him. I don't mean to question you, milady, but why exactly not? Make no mistake, said the goddess. You are jobless, friendless.
Not helping here, goddess.
No, not at all.
You suck at this.
When it comes to rules, you have flabby muscles.
Yeah, honey, if you're going to skip to the butt in this part, you
Yeah.
might want to get to it.
However.
Like, can we get to it pretty damn quickly?
Professional level. You are a borderline.
Holy cow! Jesus, you know, I began to wonder if maybe you had the best judgment when you cursed Captain Gaff with that sucky curse.
Excuse me.
For most intents and purposes,
Yeah.
you are utterly. Mr. Pink blinked back tears. The goddess.
Also,
else
you
is
are
very
also you have terrible.
Oh, hold on, but try to look on the bright side.
Is there a bright side in all that?
Yeah, always on
The
the
world has a perfect job for you.
Oh god.
Mr. Pink replied. A clock hand.
That's
called it.
terrible!
Mr. Pink, goddess bless him, had found his true.
This is not a happy ending.
That's fucked up, man.
Like I said, are any of these stories happy? Like, let's look at this. 9 Lives about Yin Yang's terrible backstory. Beaming Beauty about how the Picarina
captain,
eventually becomes a pixie
yeah,
or whatnot.
Picarina.
Then the third story is about Yin Yang eventually losing life because Esma Potts can't stand to believe that she's a terrible cook. Then there's a story about Captain Gaff getting cursed with such a terrible fate that he loses his friends. I mean, sure, yeah, the way he treats women was iffy and whatnot, but he was getting better at that. But no, now he loses all his friends and everything. And then there's the one about Nebula, who goes slipping insane to the point where she wants to chop her own father's head off. Holy cow!
I mean, we Brits love making people miserable.
But
they did write. They did write Oliver Twist. So yeah.
Also, I'm sure, like he said, was suggesting that that final shot with Mr. Pink on the clock and the goddess asking for the bright side was a reference to Life of Brian.
Yep.
All right, so I guess we'll see you when Act 7 starts.
See ya.
See you then.
Yeah.